That's my system. I haven't shown you before. Anyhow, it's been almost a month and I have been away from YouTube because of Durga Puja on Diwali vacations going around, and I had some, injuries which I had to deal with in the left shoulder. So that was taking some of the time, and obviously I had work. So moreover, I'm back and I'll try to stay active as much as possible for you guys and try to make some videos as planned. But in this video, I'll try to make you understand that why I've been asked quite a lot of questions about how to get into this career path and how to get inside this, whole design ecosystem and how to break through for a fresher. So today in this video, I will make you understand that how to make your CV and give you tips and tricks to enhance your CV and look much more, modern and approachable towards, recruiters, and what are the things you should take as a step forward to make your portfolio better so that your work get highlighted or your thinking process gets highlighted. Stay tuned in this video. I will make you understand how to do that. First of all, if you have a Word made CV, please throw it away. Okay, all right, don't throw it away. Take the design inspirations and throw it away from the CV. Start looking up new modern fresh CVs on Google. If you have found a AI tool which can do that, go ahead, pay and get your AI done. But understand that your CV should be imprint of your thought. So that's how I perceive the CV. I like more of a minimalistic design. I'll share a couple of CV options which I made very long back, and it had a transition from a simplistic look to a bit more touch and more fresh, vibe to that look. I will share of the recent ones which have been going on trends and what are the things you should take a step ahead, right? So the steps are portfolio, if you have one. If you're a fresher, it's very hard to begin your portfolio with, but you can go and have a user research about a product and get a case study around it and your thoughts about how you can improve the product. That also sometimes help. But if you are a fresher, start on building some of your portfolio works. Do some work which you have got inspired from the net. For example, you have some designers work, you are replicating that or you're making that better. If you are showing that as a part of your portfolio, people will be interested that this guy has or this girl has some skills to showcase that. This will highlight your CV much more better. But coming back to the CV part, what are the things you should take care in mind or keep it in mind so that your CV, amongst all thousands of CVs, if I go through, because I go through a lot of recruitment processes and I go through a lot of CVs, then suddenly, for example, if some CV is looking fresh or modern, it catches my attention, right? So I'll stay around 2 seconds. So your CV should be around that sense that okay, this is something hutke or different I saw amongst the rest of the bunch which follows the same structure. What are the things? Let's share it one by one. Number one is the simplicity of your CV. You should have a very good picture of your CV, a very good touch points on your CV. What do I mean by touch points? I'll take you through one of my CVs which I've made recently. So in these points, I have, if you see overall, you can see colors and 4 dots, tuck, 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 tuck. What are those? I'm making my user go and look at those highlight points. This might not be the relevant case for you as well. I wanted to showcase an overall structure also. For example, if your CV has a work or something of yours you want to showcase, make that highlight, make that pop. So at a glance, when I look at your CV, those are the things which catches my attention. Those are called, touch points for users. Make your examples, your strong points highlighted. Even that's your tool section, some of your work or some of your thoughts, or maybe sometimes some of the links you want to, for example, you have a repository of your design somewhere. You are redirecting that user to click and go and see your work there also. Those are the touch points you should mention. Second, you should have a very strong cover letter and a very strong introduction and something which also catches your eye. Your introduction will be your statement towards how you achieve or how you perceive towards a user. Is this too strong? Is it too subtle? If it is too mixed, it's up to you. How your nature provides. Your introduction is your thing. See, we know that the first impression is the last impression. We have heard about it a lot. Yes, I truly believe. So that's why the introduction should be as punchy as possible. Number three, if you are a fresher, you don't have experience to show. If you are a fresher, focus more on some of your works which you have done as a freelance, or maybe sometimes you have made in your free time and have explored your inspirations and jot down something out of that. Make those things highlight. Make your understanding very much clear within your CV. Which brings me to the fourth point, the portfolio part of it. What is the portfolio part of it? Portfolio is a showcase of your work, which brings you to the orientation of it. What do I mean by orientation of it? I'll show you in a case. I have jotted down three CVs for you. This one I've been going around, right? So this one is much more, looking towards the more aesthetics part of it. It's clean, sharp, exactly the point where it showcases. It has bold text, too much busy, yes, but it shows that he is interested into clean and modern design. Look at this. This looks minimalistic. This looks quite clean in that sense. This is a CV come portfolio altogether punch in one. But this looks, quite large on the eye. Very much open space, very much breathable space around this, which gives you a very open feeling about what you perceive. And look at this one. This is also nice, but full of, human touches or the flows on how it makes. It's quite, wireframey, if you say, because it has monolithic colors, but it catches your attention where it needs to be. But why this CV looks much more different? This is, firstly says, welcome to my motion CV. So I totally get my sense, and hence by that line I only understand this is a motion designer. And I'm pretty much sure I'll get those as a software skills. He is a software skilled in Cinema 4D, Animate, After Effects, InDesign, Photoshop and Illustrator, which makes me understand what the orientation I meant about. If you are more focused towards the product designing side of it, your focus should be more on product enhancements, improvements, and how you think you can make the product much more better. I'm talking about fresher. If you're more focused towards the UI design, graphic designer side of it, I hope not AI takes graphic designers' jobs away, but please God. Anyhow, so if you're a graphic designer, your work should be more focused towards the graphic side of it. From logos, you understand golden ratio, so users can understand that you are knowledgeable about that. If you're a motion designer, I showed you, right? It shows animations, videos, what you have made. So your CV should tell a story about that, what kind of a work you're more lean towards, and getting that CV sorted out on that visual aspect as well, so that I can quickly understand what kind of a thing or what kind of a skill set you are going to bring to me. Number 5, follow the trend. What happened when I made this CV? What looks like a very, again, wireframing, it looks very, monolithic and, monochromatic, what you can say. I had this thing, but the CV was not passing through. It was not catching because it looked dull. Then suddenly, someday, I got understanding lies. What a transit difference. I made my picture larger, I made my name, my exactly things, my experience, what I've been, and what I did, I introduced some fresh colors inside it to make it more, fresh and, poppy in that sense. I had a focus points, right? I had the focus points of all my projects, which are my projects, and I've been working on as a product designer inside this, and UX designer and UI designer. I had been into multiple roles, which shows me that I want to more focus on the solutions part of it. Hence, I've made another section where it takes me to a cluster of where my work is. I also make my user go into how the skill sets are laid out. If you are more focused on your skill sets and showcase that, don't be afraid of it, and hence will make a much more trendy. Right nowadays, I recently saw, I'll give a link in the description below. There's a grunge type of a format which some graphic designers are looking into. I really love that approach, and try to be on par with the trends so that your CVs get into the line. And lastly is confidence. Be confident about your learnings, be confident about your knowledge, be confident about what you're going to say, be confident about what you are showing to people. If you are confident, it is always positive for your side. Your CV will showcase your work, yourself. So try to be real in front of recruiters. Go have interviews in multiple companies. If you're not getting, be patient. Be on LinkedIn, be on Naukri, or whatever the other job portals are. Go search your job. But don't get the hope of getting into such things which you are not interested in. To try to understand what each company's job descriptions are, because there will be different job descriptions for what each companies are requiring. Go through the job description, understand very carefully what they're asking. Don't be ashamed, don't be shy of words. Go and ask what kind of a work you need, what kind of a work I can do. Are we looking for this? Be very transparent. Don't lose hope, and moreover, don't stop learning. More you learn, more the knowledge, it's better for you to become the expert in design ecosystem as you are trying to be. Once you get a breakthrough, it might take time, it might not take time. In certain cases it took time for me, but once you get to, trust me, it's a beautiful world if you are consistent, if you are confident. All right, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, or if you have any comments for me, feel free to comment down below. Also, I would appreciate a subscribe so that I keep myself motivated around it. And I really love the support you have been giving us. Thank you a lot. Up till then, bye bye. See you in the next one.